Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy StumpD back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're hopping into the Forest of Training Straw with the new verse Shanks. So this is the team, these are the supports. Let's dive in. Alright, so we're over here on the Hold'em stage, and this is where the Forest starts to pick up. The Okiku stage, 2 stages before this, is really, really annoying. And then the Ryoiin stage is just kind of like whatever, but I am doing sort of like a who did it better here with Shanks and Whitebeard. I will be running the Hawkins Forest with Whitebeard as well. And I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below who you think actually does it better. Now, the reason I'm running the Hawkins Forest is because on the Japanese side of the game, I actually used the 2 of them to take down the Kid Forest. I'll leave a link in the description to both the videos. If you guys want to go check that out, make sure to go check it out. It was actually a lot of fun. But over here on the Hold'em stage, we are basically going to use one of our verse Shanks specials. That's going to give us a orb buff. Now, I really just used this special to sort of start the video off. This special looks so damn nice. It's one of my favorite specials in the entire game. I am obviously a bit biased because my man Shanks is standing right in front of me, but like, I love this unit. I'm a massive, massive fan of this unit. He gives us a orb buff, 2.5, a full border orbs, and he gives us a base stat boost to slashes, sight, and int base characters. We're then going to use our Bobbin special to remove the threshold, and then we can use our Robin special to give ourselves an attack boost, but namely, we're going to get 3 recovery orbs. We're going to lock those orbs with the Magello special, and that way we can start abusing the mechanics of this particular forest. This particular team actually has a lot of synergy, and it works really, really nicely, as it is like a slasher cerebral based team, and everyone on this team sort of boosts each other. Now, the big reason this team actually works is because we have Shirasheri. Shirasheri, V2 Shirasheri is an absolute forest slayer, namely the Hawkins forest slayer, but if you don't have them, you can easily replace them with Luffy and Sanji, but you will need the Nami support. The Nami support is key to remove the despair on the final turn. So if you don't have the Nami support, it's probably not going to work, and it's not as safe as utilizing Shirahoshi Mancherry V2. The big reason I did put V2 Shirahoshi Mancherry on this particular team, even though they're only half boosted by Shanks, is because they're going to get full boosted on the Whitebeard team, and I did feel that it was the best sort of showing to sort of like give them that same character to help them get through the run. On the Kinemon and Raizo stage, however, they're going to give us 3 turns of paralysis, roll our specials back on our captains in middle row. And so on this particular turn, we're basically just going to use the versatility of our Shanks, as we actually get the carryover effect from his special to set the defense to 0. Because we have the support of Bardo on Robin, we can actually remove the paralysis, which is really, really nice. But don't stress if you don't have that Bardo support, you don't really need it. You can just use the switchability of Shirahoshi Mancherry. You just will have to hit a few perfects there. That way you can just do a little bit more damage on that second turn when you remove the paralysis. Once we move on to the next stage against Kyoto Shiro, he's going to give us 2 turns of special bind, and he's going to put up 3 turns of defense up. This is where Bobbin's is really, really nice, because Bobbin's Sailor ability removes 1 turn of special bind, and then with the switch ability of Shirahoshi Mancherry, you can actually remove the other turn. I would highly recommend have Shirahoshi Mancherry in the bottom left-hand corner, as well as having Law and Shanks, or having your Robin in the middle left. That way your cerebral characters are getting those recovery orbs, and that way you can actually make them matching for the rest of the run. The structure of this team works very nicely as you see it, and it doesn't have any issues taking this forest down. Like, this was like my second time running it. The first time I ran it, I just ran it to clear it, and it worked an absolute dream. Moving on to the next stage against Jack, he gives us 2 turns of despair, and he gives us chain reduction. Unfortunately, we can't do too much on this stage as we have despair, so we are just going to pass a turn. You could just use the special of Shirahoshi here, but I'm just not 100% sure if you'll have the damage to actually take out Jack. You could probably like save a verse Shanks special. You don't have to use it on the Kinemon and Contra stage, and use it here with the Shirahoshi Mancherry special. That'll save some stalling on the Jack stage, but what I just do here is I just take 1 turn, use the Law special. That way we get the attack boost, as this whole team is slashes and cerebrals. We also get the 1.5 extra damage, and then we can just take out Jack. Now, if you guys don't have Law, don't stress too much. There is another character running around by the name of Goldie Roger. You could easily put Goldie Roger on this particular team as your attack booster. That should work absolutely fine. But I did want to showcase Law on this team too, because Law is just so damn good, as his whole team is cerebrals and slasher based. So it just works really, really nicely. On the next stage against Zoro, Jiro, Sobermask, and Wano Kuni Law, they're going to give us 1 turn of bind on your top and bottom right hand side and middle left. That's why you want to have Shirahoshi Mancherry down in the bottom left hand corner, or in the middle right, but I always like to have them in the bottom left. It just works nicer that way. We're going to switch for them to remove the blind, use their special to get a nice chunky heal, a chain buff mechanic, and then we're going to use our verse Shanks special to give ourselves an orb boost. With that, we can just do so much damage on this particular stage. Like, we do so much damage here, it's not even funny. We do have a bit of color affinity with our Robin and Law and Bobbins, so you can just easily take that stage out and move on to the next stage against Jack. Now, against Jack, he puts up damage reduction threshold and gives us attack down. Every second turn, he blows away our friend captain, which kind of sucks because Shanks gives like a lot of HP. As you can see, we have 85,000 HP. And with that overheal mechanic, we can just abuse the crap out of that. Miguelo gives us damage reduction as well, so it works quite nicely. And on this stage against Jack, even though he blows our captain away, we lose a lot of HP. On the third turn, I think it is, once the defensive effects go away, he starts doing double attacks. With the Miguelo, it equivalates to around 14,000 damage, but with your 3 recovery orbs, you're actually getting back, and your switchability of Shirahoshi Mancherry, as well as the auto heal, you're actually getting back somewhere just above 15. So Jack's technically not doing any damage to you here. You can't really heal, like, a lot of HP, but basically you just sort of hang around here until you get your specials back. So we're going to fast forward until that point, and then we can move on to the Kaido stage. Alright, so we basically got our specials ready to go, and before you move on, I would highly recommend being Mancherry, the Psy variation of Shirahoshi Mancherry. That way you don't get your specials rolled back by Kaido on the very next turn. It doesn't really matter too much, because we don't need their specials to the final stage, but like, I always just hate watching the special reverse, even though it has to happen anyway because of Bobbins. I just hate watching it. Kaido is super annoying. He reduces our recovery drastically, so the meat orb strat sort of stops working here. He has full immunity as well, and gives us 5 turns of burn, and that burn is a big chunky, like 25k or 15k I think it is, so just be mindful that if you hit your perfects. We are going to use the Robin special here. Robin's going to give us an attack boost for 2 turns to our cerebral units, which is like 5/6 to this team, and then we can use our Shanks special to get the base stat boost as well as the orb buff, and we can just take out Kaido in one fell swoop. Unfortunately, when you kill Kaido though, he does revive. He does revive with like just under half his HP. He gives us 3 turns of special binds. So that's why having Shirahoshi Mancherry is really, really good. But also having Bobbins helps out drastically as well, as he can actually remove it as well. 1 turn anyway. Robin gives us 2 turns of an attack boost, which makes it very nice here. We can easily take out Kaido on the next turn, as we have a very cerebral-based team. And that way we can move on to the final stage against Basil Hawkins. Now, against Basil Hawkins, he is going to change into a Psy character because our captain is Psy. He likes to turn into like the favorable color of your captain, but obviously the favorable for Psy is Int. He gives us 3 turns of despair respective to your sockets, and he has 2 turns of defense up. Now, as I was saying, if you have the support of Nami, you can lose Luffy, Zoro here. You have to switch with them first and then use their special, so that way you get the orb buff from them, you get the chain lock from them. They have a bit of a better special for this final stage, but unfortunately, they do have a clash of an orb buff when it comes to Shanks' special as well. So Shanks is going to give us that base stat boost, he's going to give us that orb boost as well. We have a chain boost with Shirahoshi Mancherry V2, we have extra damage, and we have a 2.75 time attack boost with Law, and with that, like, we have so much damage here that it's just not even funny. This particular team just sort of sliced through this like a hot knife through butter. I had no issues like tearing through this, but obviously it is a pretty like legend heavy based team. But at the end of the day, this is a showcase for my boy Shanks, and I did want to just show off his absolute prowess. And as you guys will see here, literally with 3 units, we just absolutely decimate Hawkins. Like, it's so much damage here that's not even funny. But that's going to wrap up today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to go down there and belt that like button for me if you're new to the channel. Hit the big red subscribe button too. But guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Lates!